Hi, I'm Savannah.
Hey, I'm Kevin. We're just doing a quick update video here for you. If you haven't seen our first video, make sure to go and check that out. We've got some good information there.
We just wanted to give an update on our cleft lip baby and what's happened since we found out initially at the 20-week ultrasound. So after the 20-week ultrasound, we were referred to the maternal fetal medicine clinic, which is at a different hospital. And the point of going there was so that these people who specialize in like fetal problems could confirm that we had a cleft lip and palate and also get a better look at it. So we were going to have another ultrasound and then see if there was anything else wrong as well. So they were going to basically take a deeper look as well as confirming that the initial ultrasonographer was correct in what she'd seen. So we went to the hospital for the maternal fetal medicine clinic, and we were there for
2.5, almost 3 hours.
Around 3 hours total. And I had 2 more ultrasounds, one from a regular sonographer and then the special doctor as well after that. And they basically confirmed that there was a unilateral cleft lip, which is a cleft on one side, and it looked like the left side. And then they can't always see if a palate is affected on an ultrasound, but we were able to see that it looks like it was just the cleft palate, or sorry, just the soft palate instead of the hard palate. So that's like when you stick your tongue up in the back of your mouth, like the soft part in the back, not like the hard part at the front.
And they were also able to see there was cartilage here in this middle part, so they did confirm that it was just one side, and then it's not going to go past this middle part here, which is always good news.
Yeah, that's how they were able to tell that it was definitely just one side, because they could see the cartilage in the middle of the lip, or the nose here. So we had that, and the other point of that appointment was to make sure that there weren't any other problems, and it didn't look like there was anything else. That like the baby was healthy in absolutely every other way, and so this was really just like a fluke, a blip, like a little bump in the road, like one little thing that went wrong. And also based on both of our genetic histories, especially mine, there was really no indication that there would be anything wrong. But according to the doctor, because a cleft lip and palate is like a front problem, it can be indicative of other problems, of other genetic issues. So they want to rule out. They want to rule those out, especially the major ones. And again, so we had a couple options, and since there was no genetic indication that there would be anything wrong, we opted for, and this is what the doctor recommended to be best too, we opted for a cell-free DNA test, which you can get a lot earlier in your pregnancy as well, but I hadn't because, again, it wasn't recommended since there was really no indication that I would need it for anything. So basically what that is a blood test. The other option is an amniocentesis, which is where they stick the needle into the amniotic fluid and draw some of that. That's more accurate, as in, you know, it's a yes or no. But the cell-free DNA kind of gives an indication, like what are your chances of this genetic disease elevated or greater than anybody else's. So because the amniocentesis is also can have really bad side effects or can be kind of dangerous, the doctor said it would be more risky for me to take that test than it was worth having that knowledge, because the indications were so low. So that's why we went with the cell-free DNA. And then if something came back weird with that, then we would go for the next test to rule it out. So at the end of this 3-hour appointment, I just got my blood drawn and sent to a lab, and then we waited
took about 2 weeks, a week or two
to get the results back. And I think they got a call from the genetics specialist, and they said that it came back all normal, and that's good. And so that meant there was no indication that there would be anything else. and we could still have gone forward and gotten the other test if we really, really wanted to be sure, but to be honest, I think we both felt good. We both feel good and feel confident in just having that information. And that's really what this is all about, is the more information that you have, it can be overwhelming, but it can also bring peace of mind if it's the right kind of information. You know, hearing that this can be indicative of a lot of other really big problems is really scary. And so being able to pretty much rule that out, and you don't know for sure until the baby's born, but for the most part, having that peace of mind is really nice.
So since we got all this information back and all the genetic testing looked normal, we don't have to go in to see the maternal fetal medicine specialist for another month or so, about 32 weeks. So we're coming up on 29 weeks now. Gosh, we're getting far. So we don't have to see him for another couple weeks. And then they're just going to make sure that, you know, everything's proceeding as normal and looks great. And there's no reason that it's looking like it's not going to be that way. And we're excited, and we're making sure we look at all our options as far as surgeons and normal where we're going to give birth, and we're proceeding with all that, and we're doing paternal classes online, and we're super excited, and this is just a little road bump, but we're gonna keep going, and it's gonna be great.
Yeah. So, and in between, once you get referred to maternal fetal medicine, it's not like they take over your pregnancy or your prenatal care. So I still have the normal prenatal appointments to make sure that that the baby's measuring correctly and that the heartbeat looks good, that my weight is good and all of that. So I still have that, still have like the normal glucose tests and everything. Maternal fetal medicine is really there just to monitor the cleft especially, and take a look at that. So that's why, since there was nothing else super serious that they need to be keeping an eye on, don't have to go back for a few more weeks. And then they're going to try and take another a 3D ultrasound so we can get a better idea of exactly what our baby's cleft will look like. So until then, we're just waiting and proceeding as normal. We're building a nursery and buying lots of baby clothes and figuring out, you know, birth plans and all of that. So sometimes it can still kind of like hits us that it's not going to be totally normal afterward, but I think we're just really excited, and I'm actually kind of excited for the next maternal fetal medicine appointment, because I'm hoping we'll be able to see some progress and see get a better picture of it, exactly what we're dealing with.
Thanks everyone for watching our quick update video. We just wanted to stop by and give you a quick update on how we were doing and how our cleft baby is progressing. Our next video, we want to talk about how we told family and friends about this diagnosis. It wasn't easy, but we'll get into that more in our next video. So again, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next update.